Hi, hope you're all in peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this video, I asked ChatGPT to give me 10 categories to draw 100 cartoon heads from. It was a bit of a challenge. 100 is a big number, but I chose this challenge to complete my sketchbook in the year 2024, and for me, I guess that was the only option I could go for. So first category ChatGPT gave me was kids, and it was to draw happy, curious or mischievous expressions. So I got this. I started with drawing the proportions and to get the facial features at the right position, and I'm starting with some happy kid drawings. And I think I am doing this right, because look at, without the facial shape, the features are looking quite happy. And here obviously I am using reference, and it's from the Pinterest. I just type happy kids or curious kids, and whatever it gives me, I try to draw that. And I think for this one it's turning out pretty well, and the hair are also looking good. This is such a happy cartoon kid, but the reference that I chose to draw from was quite different. It's telling a different story, but I think it still works. So let's move on to the next one. I'm again trying to draw the proportions to get the facial features position right, and here I wanted to draw a very mischievous kid with a tilted head. Although the head is more tilted than it was supposed to be, and it's making it look creepy. There's 100 cartoon heads. There is no way I can be consistent on it, but I'm gonna try to do it. What do you think? Will I be able to do it? Well, spoilers alert, I'm from the future, and I'm announcing I kind of did it. Yeah, kind of, not properly. Where was that? Well, out of nowhere I got my orange neon kind of marker, acrylic marker, and started doing the hair. Well, it was looking good in my head, and I tried to put it on the paper. It was a brilliant idea in my mind, but it's not looking as good as it was supposed to be. But it's a cartoon. Well, it's a stylized boho style girl drawing. That's it. Getting over with it and moving on to the next ones. Well, don't ask me, because I also don't have the idea why I thought of adding a boy with a mustache in the kids section. It clearly looks like an adult, but I made his face pretty small, a tiny face, so let's consider it to be a kid. So I tried to think of a simplistic way out, but it was making my drawing look horrible, like this Disney princess that I did. And here I did take some time to appreciate how beautifully the sun was rising. It was early morning when I started doing this, because I knew it needed a lot of time. And here I'm gonna show you what I drew. Moving on to the next category, which was animals, and I was pretty indecisive because there were many cool and cute references of cartoon animals on Pinterest. I'm just a beginner here, and I'm trying. Well, it is a pretty cute dog, but I was gonna draw the head only, but I drew whole body. So that's extra points for this. Next is a cute cat. I know it is for now going very basic. I mean, these are just bare lines. There's no color, no shadings to it. So my mind was really regretting it that to get my hands going, I do have to get serious. So here, things are getting serious. I sketched out the basic guidelines, the reference lines, and then I'm coloring in it. We are getting serious here. And let me know, do you recognize these characters? If you do, then this means that I am drawing it right. It turned out good and it is standing out in the whole page, and I think that's the best part because that's the best one among all of the animal drawings that I did. Well, moving on to the next one, I am still trying to be serious about it and drawing a real good dog, a fluffy one. Well, at least trying to. Well, let's play the guessing game again and let's guess what this next animal I'm trying to draw. Although it's a cartoon version, but I'm again trying to draw kind of a realistic drawing of the animal head. And let me know what animal it is if you know it. This took the most amount of time among the others because I had to draw the hair one by one, strand by strand, to give it a realistic effect. All in all, I think this page turned out pretty good. The simplest ones look cute and the other ones look properly done. And I think this is it for this page. Now for the third category, it was fantasy creatures, and I was very excited about this one because I hoped it was gonna be fun. So the first one I drew didn't go as planned. Well, but we are gonna count this as one because we have a lot more to go. But let's just ignore this for now and move on to the next one. And for the next one, I tried to keep it slow and step by step. So at first I lightly marked this fairy with the mushroom head, and then I overlined it with pointer, and I think it turned out pretty good. Well, but we're only getting started here. Next one I drew was a mermaid, and I tried to draw her as realistic as possible. And for the hair, I tried to make a gradient of yellow and blue, and I tried to blend both the colors. But I had acrylic markers, and it's like I don't have an experience of that too, so I kind of messed this up, but it still looks like a magical or mermaid hair. So I accepted it and moved on to drawing big dramatic eyes. Well, it does kind of look off. The nose is not looking so good, but overall it's good. So I moved on to the next one. And now again, I tried to get a bit more serious, and I tried to draw a realistic portrait of a creature that is obviously very famous. It's from a movie, and I think from the sketch of its ear, it can be guessed. So it's actually Dobby from Harry Potter, and I first lined it lightly, and then when I was happy with the shape, I went over it again and darkened the line. And obviously it did took me a lot of time. I went over it again and again to try to add the wrinkles as realistically as possible as it was in the movie. For the shading, I used a tissue paper and rolled it. Other than that, a cotton bud or a painting brush or fingers can also be used to blend this up. Overall, I think it turned out good. Well, for the eye color, it was supposed to be a bit lighter, and it's not really matching the eye color of Dobby, really. So, but it's okay, it's giving Dobby, so it's acceptable. And next, I went for very ugly creature and kind of hideous too, which is Goblin. He's also hired as a security guard in the fantasy creature kingdom because he can scare away any enemy. And for the next one, I went with another fantasy creature, and it is also popular, and it's also from a movie. Can you guess this? Well, if you can, it means that it did turn out well, but I think it does not really look properly like the creature that I was going for. But do not blame me if it doesn't look like so, because I followed a reference and it does quite look like the reference. I tried to roughly color it with this yellow color to give it highlight, but it started looking rough, so I stopped there and added a little heart. Well, at this point I was out of ideas, so I drew a snake. It's a flying snake dragon, and I was supposed to draw head only, but I drew whole body because it was gonna be easier, because I didn't have to add a lot of detail into the dragon. One day I think I might, but not now, it's taking long. So to finish this off, I started drawing a very simplistic fairy. It is a fairy because it has wings, so do not bully that. I'm adding stars around it to make it mimic as if it is flying through the stars, and that's done. So for the next one, it was superheroes, and I would never have opted drawing superheroes if it wasn't for ChatGPT. I mean, it was ChatGPT who gave me this idea, so I kind of went outside of the box outside of my box to draw superheroes. And for the first one, of course, it's recognizable now, and I'm gonna want you to start guessing whenever I start drawing a new portrait that what superhero it is. So it's going to be a guessing game again. And I tried to give this as much shading as I can to give this a very shiny Batman mask effect, and I think it went pretty well. I shaded it in using sketching pencil 9B because it gave me very dark and the shade that I wanted. Well, that looks cool, and on to the next one. Well, this is the result of not following the proportions. It was Hulk, and I think it does look like it a bit, but I started to redraw the face shape and added a lot of shading using the simple pointer to make it look like a very angry Hulk. I drew Spider-Man a little bit messy, so the next one should be a bit professional. So I tried to make it good by shadings, and after drawing the basic face shape, I went in with the shading, and I think it worked. Well, the face shape does look pretty good, and now at this point I think it is recognizable. This already looks like a man from a comic book, and I think it is styled as so, but it does look like a superhero that I am going for, so it's good. I really had no offense about this next superhero. It's Loki, and I thought I would draw him good, but I think I did not. I wanted to draw him in the superhero category, but I don't really know if he is one. And this Loki in my notebook, I tried to improve it, but let's just ignore this. Obviously, all of those were men that I drew, so there had to be one female superhero. So I drew Wonder Woman. And now time for the next category, which was food faces. And here I knew that I was falling behind, and I was doing all of this on the last day of 2024, assuming I can finish this in one day and finish the sketchbook in that year. But I could not because I was really falling behind. So I started doing a bit of cheating. So what I did is I drew many food faces. Instead of doing more categories, I drew about 30 food faces in this one category, and it was the simplest one. As this one I'm drawing, it's an omelette. It is. And then a couple more food faces. This was fun doodling, and I had fun drawing these, and it saved me a lot of time. it saved the challenge. And on that note, we have a total of 30 food faces. And now let's start this new category, which is robots. I would never have also drawn these if ChatGPT wouldn't have given me this option. So it was fun. I tried drawing simplistic robots and some were amazing, and you'll see. I did not really know which kind of robots should I draw because the real ones have so much detail and I wanted to draw it as cartoons, and most of the cartoon robots are in this rectangle shape. So I tried to make these as different as possible. Now this next one I'm drawing is a celebrity from a movie. It's from Wall-E. It was an amazing movie. And now time to draw a good professional sketch of a robot. And I tried to draw this robot. It's from a movie. Those watching might have recognized it by now. It's from the movie The Wild Robot, and it was such an amazing movie, so I had to draw this one, and I had to add as much details and shadings in it as I could to make it look just like in the movie. Now it's time for the best part, which was drawing moss on this robot, Rose. And this symbolized how, after spending a lot of time in the jungle, this robot, Rose, blended in the natural environment and had this beautiful moss growing on it. Done with this page, on to the next one. And this is aliens, another new category for me. And I tried to go as simplistic in it as possible because I was tired and exhausted. So what I did is I just took green marker and drew a boy alien and a girl alien. Yeah, these are two different aliens. And then we are here basically constructing an alien world. And aliens can be anything. They can have a squished face, they can be angry. Now this one I'm drawing is very introvert. He never showed his face to anyone. And this next one is a curious baby one-eyed alien, and it just questions everything. And now this next one I'm drawing, it just has a lot of wrinkles. It has lived in its planet for more than 500 years and he's just surviving at this point. And I did not have any idea what I'm trying to draw. I just went with anything that came to my mind. I tried to go creative with it and kind of messy. So for this one I wanted to draw two spikes on its head, but it was just looking so basic. Aliens cannot be basic, so I added more spikes. And this one looks cute now. So this is one of the cutest aliens in its world. And this next one is a diamond shaped. He is richer. He is wealthy than all of the other aliens. And this next one has spikes all over its head and his eyes are uneven, so he gets a different image of its world from both of his eyes. And he can eat large foods. And this next one has its eyes misplaced. It's where ears are supposed to be and its eyes are belonging there. And this next one has one eye at the top of its head, and this one I'm drawing is ear. Trust me, it's ear, it's not its wings. And this next one is a triangle alien, and he is very sharp-minded and is just very sharp, and he has fins. He jumps. It does not live in the water, it jumps. And this next one is square shaped, and it's called as the robot of the alien world, and it looks like a cat. Yeah, aliens can be anything. And this next one is octopus like. It's another creature with many eyes, and he can have a broader image of its planet, and all of the eyes work collectively to make a single image. And this next one has antennas. And this one is like our Stitch cartoon, and it is as naughty as Stitch. And this next one and the last one I'm drawing is the most beautiful among all of the other aliens. She has a lot of eyes, and everybody falls for her eyes. Well, here we go. After doing a bit of a cheating, we do have our 100 faces done, and I think it was a victory. Thanks for watching, and bye.